So the play button.
Prettiest woman here.
I don't know if you guys, how many of us use the play button? Raise your hands if you use the play button.
I do.
You can hold down the play button, and you have this magical button called loop. You can loop things.
That one unrendered though.
I'm not kidding. So now this looping thing, I really didn't take much stock in until we started doing more interactive stuff, and we started doing more. This one job came along. I was supposed to do this actually it was an 8K background for VR. I was supposed to make like water move and all this different stuff. So I was like, man, I don't want to make however long it was, like a minute and a half long thing. I just want to make like a 10-second thing and loop it. So I got all these different elements and kind of figured out a couple little quick things I wanted to show you about how I figured out to loop stuff. So I didn't feel like doing an archive of stuff, so I'm going to just do this good old smoke here. So there's our smoke. Thank you very much. So this is going to go, so let's say we have a smoke clip here and we want to just want to render that for
I think he's used flame once for tonight.
You guys know what flame is? You guys know what flame is? I don't know. All right, so
it hasn't changed from there in 2016 to 2017.
So I'm just going to render a piece here, and I'm just going to demonstrate. Like I said, I didn't feel like archiving all this stuff. So we're just going to take a piece of footage, and what if we want to loop it? Just loop it infinitely. That should be enough. All right, so there's my render. Now, if you want to loop this thing, the easiest way to do that, let's say you want just like a, I don't know, let's say you just want a 3-second loop. Let's do a 5-second loop.
I know what he's doing there. Type in the number and then hit the right arrow and it'll jump that many frames.
Oh yeah, some of you guys aren't smoke guys like me and Jason.
That's right.
It's good stuff right if you're a smoke guy, those are super cool things. So here's a little segment. It's 3 seconds long, right? I got some heads and tails. I want to loop this thing. Well, the easiest way to do that, just make a little cut. I'm holding down my hotkeys here to copy that up there. So basically swapping those, and if I go in my handy little loop playback thing, if I go to the end there, so now I have something that loops beginning to end, right? So and it's 3 seconds long. All I have now is this little middle part, which I can very easily put a dissolve in. And now if I hit play on that, and if it's slow enough moving stuff like this, it just loops infinitely, you know. So water, smoke. I was able to just layer all this stuff to my heart's content and do this. So another little cool thing about this is, I don't know if you guys use the mux. You heard this little mux node?
The mysterious
This mux node is awesome. So you can actually edit with these mux nodes. So if I want to loop that in my batch, I could just sort of behind the scenes say active, because I rendered, let's see, how many frames was that? 30 times 5, so that was about, yeah. So after, I'm just going to say loop. Before, I'm going to say loop. And it's not going to loop in that one, but if I do another mux, I can go into the second one, and if I do my timing offset, it just loops forever.
Oh, that's nice.
So just a nice little handy thing there. So I just was able to use these like crazy in my batch, just kind of layer them up, thicken up smoke and fog and atmospheric stuff and all that kind of thing. So a lot of people didn't know about that. So anyway,
That's pretty awesome.
that's the play button.
That's it.
Damn it.